During this pandemic, people may find themselves sad and isolated. So, I have concluded a menu of 2 different dishes that may contain ingredients to help with their moods. My first dish would be an egg, mushroom, and tomato sandwich, which would be better with avocado, but you don't need it. First, you're going to want to cook your mushrooms. You can cook your mushrooms in whatever way you want, but mushrooms are an important part of this dish because mushrooms boost your vitamin D and have antidepressant qualities. I don't really like tomatoes, which is why my tomatoes have already been diced. However, tomatoes contain lycopene, which is an antioxidant that fights inflammation in the brain. With olive oil that has been added to our mushrooms, it's actually a little bit more helpful. To add more volume to your sandwich, you might want to slice your tomatoes instead of picking them. For the egg that will be going on your sandwich, you're going to want to poach your egg in boiling water. And to add flavor, you're going to want to do hollandaise sauce, which is essentially separating the egg yolk from the egg white and adding the egg yolk into a separate container, mixing it up, throwing it into a pan, boiling it over hot water but not in hot water, mixing it together with olive oil, and then waiting until it's got a creamy consistency before actually using it. The reason we are using eggs is because eggs contain a mineral called selenium, but they also contain vitamin D, which, as we've talked about before, is the vitamin for happiness. And during this pandemic, I'm sure going to need a whole lot of it. It would be really nice if I would have been able to add avocado onto my sandwich. Unfortunately, the avocado was eaten and I didn't get to do it. But if you have avocado at your home, please feel free to slice it up and add it into your sandwich. It's going to add a lot of taste, and also avocado contains some benefits for you as well. Avocado contains tryptophan, an essential amino acid used by the brain to produce serotonin. Serotonin makes you feel good. So essentially, avocado makes you feel good as well. Now, this is much more of a fatty food. However, it also contains a lot more mushrooms. It's a lot tastier, and it contains onions. Onions contain antioxidants and compounds that fight inflammation. They also reduce cholesterol levels and overall lower heart disease risks. Yes, maybe they're a little bit smelly and not that great to eat on their own, but onions are actually kind of helpful, and in this dish, very tasty. So first you're going to start by dicing your onions as small as you can with your knife. You're going to want to be careful not to actually cut your fingers. Then you're going to want to dice your mushrooms. If you are on a time project like me, maybe you're going to use somebody that will help you out. But generally, as long as you make sure to pre-prep your products, you should be good to go. So eventually you're gonna want to add your diced onions into your pan with olive oil and simply mix until you start to notice a sort of liquidy golden hue getting onto your onions. That means it's caramelizing. You're gonna wanna cook your onions with your mushrooms for only about 20 minutes before eventually adding in your entire creamy mixture. And you don't have to layer them, I only did that to make my video look satisfying, but you're gonna want to mix them together thoroughly. Remember, you really want to mix your things together so you get both tastes and the best from both worlds, and that way the taste doesn't go away. And soon you will have your finished result, a delicious, amazing, very, very happy making cheesy mushroom and onion dip. It's amazing. It really does make you feel better after a long day and after just a long month, and it's really worth it. It should be your go-to.